We're here with Chris Bushell of Reefkoi, and I wanted to know a little bit more about what's going on, why you keep coming to these trade shows. Is this your bread and butter, the trade shows, or is it the site?
You know, I come to the trade shows to meet the people, so everyone can see the quality of my corals. You know, they can see the size, that I have large frags, and see that the colors, you know, because when you look online, you see the pictures, you don't know if they're true, you know, if they're blued up, photoshopped out, that type of thing. So they're able to come here and see them, and then show off my evolution lights, because there's a lot of interest in that, and so people can actually see them in person at the show.
Right.
You know, that's a lot of it, and we have a blast. You know, just meeting customers you've already sold to is always really fun too. And
like, for example, you talked about the evolution lights. They seem to be really popular. I hear about them everywhere I go.
Yeah. They are. They're doing really well. We've been selling them for a little over 3 months now, and change the design every time we get new ones in. We change the design a little bit, kind of refine it, make them a little bit better each time. And I've got great feedback from them. I'm growing corals under them, like for example, these all these chalices, the orange samacora here, the Aiken echinatas. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here that's grown under these. Eventually, I want to switch over the whole farm to LED.
Right. Yeah, you have to use your own lights, or why would we believe in you?
Exactly, and that's why my chalice system is lit solely by an evolution light right now, so that I can, instead of just selling it and saying, yeah, it makes them look great, I can show people, here's corals that are grown under it.
Yeah, well, these lights are about 24 inches off the water. Where would you normally put this fixture?
Normally in a display, you want this fixture around 4 to 6 inches above water.
That close?
Yeah, you can get it nice and close, but you can also have them, 2 feet off the water if you have a shallow frag tank. A lot of people, this is a 3 foot by 4 foot tank. It's lit by 2 of these.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will do that as a frag system at home and grow them that way. And if you're not too deep.
Yeah, they're only like 2 inches under the surface.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't need, I'm finding corals don't need near as much light as you think. A 400-watt light, or 2 of them over this size tank, it's just overkill. You're just wasting electricity.
I just had a great idea. I think you should start featuring these corals on your site as LED friendly.
Yeah, definitely.
Since everyone's buying LEDs, they're like, I know this coral will grow under it. Chris sells them that way.
Exactly.
Do you have a favorite coral out of all these? I mean, is there one that you're like, you love sharing?
Yeah, I mean, I really do love the clams for sure. I try and get a lot of ultra clams in. I'd say at the show here, I got some new zoanthids. These guys right here. See how they got the multicolor in them?
Yeah, I do.
Those are very cool. The candy apple reds I've always loved. The Goniopora, though, is definitely one of my favorites. Like this red guy with the yellow centers. That's definitely a favorite. Blasto Wells eyes.
I know everything you like's on the left side of the...
Yeah, it's all in the real expensive.
But no, I mean, no wonder you like them.
Yeah, I mean, all these are $10, and that's another thing.
That's try a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, some of these chalices, these have been growing in my system for probably 3 months. A lot of these things, this orange samacora, all that stuff I try and grow for months. These zoanthids, you see nice big pieces.
Yeah.
And so that's what I try and do is, there's some that are smaller. These are recently cut, but they're frags that grow too big, and so I just cut them down a little bit smaller for the show. Keep them affordable that way.
Well, a lot of these are fully encrusted. I mean, there's some where I don't even see the edge.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Completely covered over.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll grow completely off of it onto the egg crate, and then you got to break it off.
And you got to sell egg crate to people.
Yeah, you got to sell egg crate. Yeah. So.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you giving us a little bit of time to share what you do here on YouTube. Of course, we thank you as a sponsor of Reef Addicts.
Yeah, thank you.
And we wish you all the best in the business.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark.
So I thought maybe you could film upward a little.